And what we'll do is we'll launch an application. We'll launch contacts. So you tap on contacts. It just kind of floats up from the bottom. And you can now navigate by sliding up and down. You can break it, which actually stops the sliding mechanism. You can go up to the top, tap into a contact. And now what you have is basically one view of the contacts. But if you tap on the top, you see where the sources are coming from. You've got Google, you've got your corporate EAS contact, and then also if the person had a Facebook account and you're friends with them, it would also come up in here as well. And the way to do that is pretty simple. There's up on the top left, there's a menu bar, and if you go into preferences and accounts, you actually then add your accounts in here. And then to go back out of a menu, you go from the center button out, or you can go from this side as well. You can just go back, and it goes hierarchically up navigation. And then to go to the tab or the card view, you push the center button, and that brings it back out to the card view. This is where you can then dismiss an application by just swiping it off the screen.
So the center button always illuminates to confirm a successful gesture. There's
also kind of gesture lights that are on the sides as well that illuminate when you touch it and give you kind of some feedback on what you've been touching. So when you also let's do some other applications. Let's go into Notes, or let's go into Photographs. And so let's say I'm in an application and I want to just quickly launch an application. Since we designed the front of the device without any physical buttons for app launching, we still have quick launch of applications by holding down the gesture area and lifting up allows you to go to the quick launch bar. And it's like this cool effect of this little wavy transparency. And if I let go on the application, it quickly launches into that application. So if I push the center button, it goes back to card view, and now you can see both applications are running. And I can then bring up Quick Launcher. I can do Quick Launch from just tapping on Launcher button as well. So you don't need to just do the more advanced move. You can just touch Quick Launch bar. Bring up Photographs. Now Photographs is kind of cool because it shows also the animation of the accelerometer. So if I go into a photograph and jump back out to the card view, you'll see that when I rotate the device, it's still active. So the applications are always alive, which is great for later on when we have more developers leveraging content that's live on the internet, be able to pull that stuff around. If I hold a card in card view, I can reorient where the cards are located. So I can just click on, hold it down, and drag it over, and let go. Tap on the background kind of brings it to that view, or tapping on the center button brings it back to full screen view.
And are all of the standard apps accelerometer enabled, as well as portrait and landscape?
There are a few. There are the browser, the web browser, and the photo application are both landscape and portrait supported.
Okay.
And so I'm going to...
Is that something that might change, when you get closer to having the final build of the software?
It depends on the usability of what apps in landscape versus portrait. Like, email, we have the keyboard that slides out. So you really need to use it in portrait mode most of the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's not really a big need to have it in landscape mode. So it depends on also the app and how you want to use it. Now, third-party developers could use it however they want. And if I start typing, let's say, well, whatever. Oh, let's do this one. So the one we did where we do B, it starts typing down and showing the applications that start with B. So Bluetooth system panel. If I do L, it starts looking now at the address book. Because I've now done 2 characters, it's a little bit more filtering a big database of contacts. If I now do U, it's now narrowed it down to 1 contact. And so in that view, it's now expanded that contact where I can go into phone numbers, email, or I am somebody. And there is pretty cool because I don't need to go into the address book, go find that contact.
You have saved at least one step of having to talk, having to select that person.
Here on the top left is your menu application button. So if you top up the top left of any application, you bring up what preferences or new cards or bookmarks that happen up there. Also, in anywhere, I can tap on the top right. That brings up the radio information, so Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or go into turn off all radios in that mode.
Airplane mode.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent.
And let's see what else I'm going to show you. That's
so.
But yeah, it's fun just like flicking these things off. And what's really cool, I just love that the multiple sources finally coming into contacts is really finally real, because I now have one view into all these contacts. If one of them does not automatically aggregate into my one list, I can always go into link more profiles and go into the list and say, all right, that IM I had with somebody, which is a unique IM address, which doesn't know how to automatically link it to somebody because there's no real relevance. I can then pick that person, and then it becomes part of their profile. So I can basically say, okay, that profile I just clicked on is really that person. And so manually enter them together.